folks, Amar here. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're staying safe by staying inside. Welcome to another episode of the Great Art Endeavor. This week, we are going to talk all about riverside oil painting process, and we are going to follow all along a recent painting of mine. Hopefully, by end of this video, you'll learn some new techniques, perhaps a trick or two. Let's find out. Riverside is one of my favorite subjects for painting. It's where the irresistible force and immovable object meets. The relationship between rising sun and riverside water is intriguing. It's little wonder that artists have been inspired by this relationship throughout the ages. Hopefully, I'll do the justice with this beautiful landscape with my brushes. For years, I thought about this particular scene and how I might be able to capture it on canvas. Although I'm little nervous about starting up painting this important, but I think I'm ready to go. With a brood brush, I block in my first zone of color, the sky. Generally, I start with what is furthest away and work my way forward. I do this for two main reasons. First, color coordination. I can keep control of my palette and coordinate my colors better by keeping my combination simple. As the scene moves forward, saturation is increased, and this allows for number 2, the depth. An illusion of three-dimensional space can be created by working on most distant zone forward, increasing not only the saturation but tonal range as well. For my medium, I am using linseed oil that you can buy from any local store. Now my trees are blocked in as this is the next zone in the sequence. Those were the combination of dark green with little bit black. For more information on our color palette being used in this painting, please visit www.craftandcanvas.com. This highlighted area is the combination of burnt umber, paler green, yellow oxide and titanium white. Now the next zone in this progression is in need of some attention. River is blocked in without details. At this stage, I try to piece together a simple base of my painting for the detail to be layered upon. The color here are purposely subdued. I saved the most saturated and brightest combination for the end. With these white brushes, a lot of ground can be covered quickly. Because I save my tonal best for the last, I'm able to have more range to play with towards the end of the process. Drawing these beautiful clouds can be tricky, and the trick is to be consistently inconsistent. Here I'm trying to create some fluffy clouds with phthalo blue, ivory black and titanium white. I'm just creating irregular shapes with my broad brushes. This highlighted area is appearing white, but they have been graded out significantly. Here I am just using my wrist in circular motion to put these highlights on top of clouds. I am here making use of my pellet knife. Here I am using pure titanium white. I find leaves under trees fascinating. They have intrigued me as a subject for painting for many years. Every tree leaf is different. No two are alike, which is amazing because they all abide with the same universal laws. The next phase in the process is modeling. I pick up a smaller brush and work a more refined combination of colors onto the surface. Now I am adding another degree of tonal complexity, increasing my highlights and my shadows. I noticed there was something missing in this scene. If you'll notice on the right side, scene is not quite complete without lots of bushes and trees. So now let's add some trees here. I am preserving my highlights so that we can do many more things tonally. But our tree is not just a green monotonous mass. I'll try to have some variation in this. I drop the tone in some places with some darker colors and then I increase it to give some nice warm sunshine effect. I love the look of these leaves getting illuminated by the sunlight. It adds the energy that increases interest in foreground. These leaves are catching the bright sun of the day. Highlights are a combination of titanium white, phthalo green, yellow oxide and burnt umber. Now I feel everything is coming together. This adds sense of depth. Now my riverside scene is really taking shape. I am fairly pleased with the result. I'll feel there is an adequate base for the next layer of paint in detailing stage. The shadows are reintroduced, and I have an opportunity to increase the interest of these forms by communicating several different textures of these leaves by my special fan brush that has been trimmed out to expose all bristles. I'm adding the marks of slightly brighter tone here. This take on the appearance of leaves catching the light. I'm using my flat brush to create tree and its branches. This phase is called detailing, where I'm using my palette knife to put tonal best values on trees. You can see here how the image is refined in zones and has worked well in these phases. My palette knife plays an important role in painting these trees. I put a different mark each time my knife touches the surface. With brightest values, I am trying to draw sun here. There is a reflection of trees onto the surface of river. I'm just trying to paint that with phthalo green and ivory black mixture. Fine highlights on the reflections are getting added. The top of the waves receives brighter tone, bringing the scene forward from the monotonous background. This area is supposed to be diffused and fragmented. The highlights are blended with ultramarine blue, a touch of umber and titanium white. My fan brush allows me to fragment it further. This is almost pure titanium white. Painting is an adventure for me. I believe anyone who paints is on this adventure too. We will always be striving for that perfect scene and for a way to better our understanding of the nature through our art. But I know the search continues. I must explore this subject more with many more subjects like this in Craft and Canvas Studio. So, there you have it, folks, another installment of the great art endeavor. Hope you guys would have enjoyed this episode. As I'm sure you can imagine, it's really very difficult to take all these hours of effort that I have spent on oil painting and condense it down to 15 minutes. So there is so much to talk about. There's so many new information that I'm eagerly waiting to share with you guys. So hop onto our social networking platforms. We'll see you soon.